greetings to all, and we appreciate your attendance today. So let's kick start our session with this great quotation. People are company's greatest asset. It's an HR manager's job to optimize their potential. The role of HR is to change the way the work's done, to make people capable of achieving more. A very good afternoon to all the guests and dignitaries in this capacity as I host for the worldwide webinar on the role of HR in business. I, Srishti, would like to take this opportunity to extend a hearty greeting to each and every one of you. It gives me great pleasure to extend a warm hello to each and every one of you gathered here today. It's a huge honor for us to have someone of this caliber there, whose involvement on the topic of the role of HR in business adds so much value to it. The role of HR in business is the backbone of any organization. It plays a crucial role in driving business success by focusing on people, their potential, and their contribution to the overall organizational goals. Before I proceed further, let me take a brief moment for the introduction of my organization. SEMS Welfare Foundation, a registered non-profit organization, is dedicated to social impact across various sectors. We focus on education, particularly skill development and entrepreneurship. Through our initiative, Digishaksham, we have created training programs in IT finance, retail, and entrepreneurship, impacting over 6,000 individuals. We are currently upskilling inmates in Haryana jails and collaborating with universities and colleges. We have also partnered with banks to place over 1,500 candidates in jobs. Femlets, another SAMES initiative, empower women through workshops and stories of successful female entrepreneurs. We conduct programs on digital literacy, marketing, career development, reaching over 1,000 women across multiple states. This initiative recently reached a milestone of 100 women actively involved. Lastly, there will be a feedback form presented in the chat window. Once again, a warm welcome to all the participants and our distinguished guest of honor, Mohsen. We are looking forward to an informative and enjoyable event ahead. In just a short time, SEMS has established itself as a force for positive change, equipping individuals with skills for employment and promoting women's leadership in various industries. Now, let me take this wonderful session to publicly present and welcome Mohsen, the keynote speaker for the today's international webinar. Mohsen is an enthusiastic and dynamic resource of professional today's time. She has an eye to details which make her ideas innovative to create an environment where learning truly takes place. In addition to that, as a motivational speaker, Mohsin creating a trained and motivated world full of positive energy. Now over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Shrishti, for a warm welcome, and welcome to all the audience here. And thanks to SEMS for giving me the opportunity to introduce HR, the importance of HR into business. So I have almost a year about experience of almost more than 1.5 decade, that is 15 to 16 years of experience into corporate, into the industry, solely into the HR department. So from my experience, from my different endeavors of corporate life, I have understood, I have gathered many instances wherein I can give a very just and brief but crisp lookout on the role of HR in business. So before moving ahead, the first question comes, is HR at all important for the businesses? Like a small organization, does it require an HR? A big organization definitely requires an HR, but does a small organization require HR? So first of all, what is HR? HR is the full form of HR is human resource. Everyone knows. So here today we will not be discussing about the HR person. We will be discussing about the HR management, that is human resource management, and if it is at all important for the businesses, and if yes, then how and to what extent? So before moving ahead, I would like to share a few things about business. So my question is, what is business? A business, like any organization or a company or a body which is into making profits in monetary terms. So it can be owned solely, or it can be owned by multiple co-founders and founders. So does a single owned organization need one HR person? The answer may be yes or no. And does any organization which have many n number of co-founders, multiple number of co-founders, I would say, rather than n number of, so does it require an HR? Maybe yes, maybe no. So the answer is any, like a single owned organization or multiple owned organization, if the number of employees is about to reach or just exceeding 20 employees, then we need a person who needs to take care of the HR part. So here, in layman, if anyone asks any one of you what is HR, the answer will be the person who hires or recruits for an organization. Right? Yes or no? I'd like this session to be a bit interactive. So
Yes,
that,
ma'am.
okay. So just understanding or having a perception that HR means just recruitment is not correct, not fair for the HR people. In fact, so we will be understanding what exactly HR is and how it has groomed itself, how it has improved itself. So we understood what is human resource management and what is business, and how they are going to be related to each other. We will be understanding through this discussion. So in a business, we are assuming that any single owned organization or a multiple owned organization has reached an employee strength of almost about 20, maybe 21. Then the HR function needs to be set up. So what is the HR function? So HR function is not one single thing. There are multiple things. There are many pillars which needs to be taken care of. So we can see in this presentation. So the first and the foremost ground of HR, that is the base of HR, is HR planning. So in that HR planning, there are many things which needs to be taken care. That is talent acquisition, employee relations and engagement, compensation, performance management, learning and development. So these are the pillars of HR, which forms HR planning. So there are other functions also into HR, which we will be understanding. So one by one, we'll understand the importance of these activities, these functions in grooming the business. So first, we'll have a small view about HR planning. So as we are saying that we are assuming an organization which has got 20 people. So that means that organization is planning to grow. Having 20 employees on our payroll is not a small thing. To manage those employees, those people, we need an HR division. And HR division does not work without HR plan. So first of all, we need to understand and establish the HR plan. After establishing the HR plan, we need to do the study, the research of understanding the scope of HR planning. That is, the HR person is the face of the organization, face of the management for the employees as well as the outer world. So here, the management does not come and speak to the employees. The HR is the mode, or you can say the communicating agent for the management. So HR is the direct connect with the founder for the employees. So for that, the scope of the productivity can be improved through employees only. So the HR has to understand what the management is expecting and how the things needs to be planned. So that is how the plan is being made. So if we have some goal, some mission, some vision, that needs to be understood by the HR. So I hope everyone understands what is goal, mission, and vision. So if no, I'll give a small brief on that. Any organization which is having a growth path, which the founders look forward to have a growth path for it, it's a mandate that they need to set the goals, the mission, the vision. Vision is the very, very long-term goal. For example, if any organization is manufacturing any of the products, so it can have a vision that we want to be the best in this industry. That's a vision. That's a long, long vision. So that's the long-term goal. Mission can be shorter. Mission has got the shorter tenure. Like maybe you can say in 10 years, we want to be the best exporter of the best quality of this product. And goal is the shorter one. Like in 1 year, we want to have a revenue of such and such number, or we want to expand our team up to 3,000 or 300 employees. Those are goals. So the HR needs to understand those goals, through which achieving those goals, after that only the organization can reach its mission and the vision. So here the HR plan, as I said, it includes all the 4 pillars, all the 6 pillars. So that needs to be formulated according to the goal of the organization. And all the HR strategies, actions, plans need to be aligned with the organizational short-term goal to achieve mission and vision. Now, who is going to achieve these goals? The organization itself, the machines which are running, the Excel sheets? No, the employees, the human resource, the assets. The most important assets for any organization are the employees. So for that, again, the HR's role comes up. So these assets needs to be retained, needs to be sustained, needs to be kept with us. For that, a very solid employee relations needs to be built. And who is going to build it? Management itself? No. This HR division, this human resource planning needs to be so much effective that we acquire talented people, we groom them, we keep them motivated so that they don't leave us and they are with us for the long term. So we have to enhance the employee performance. Now, keeping them motivated and keeping them retained is not the only thing. What we need to do, we need to manage those talents. That means we have to give them good grooming. So then comes the role of training, development, and all those things. So the whole gamut of HR comes in circle as an HR planning system. So we understand. So here only we understand that the HR division, the human resource man.
Ma'am, you're on mute, ma'am.
Yeah.
Thank you, thank you.
I was muted. So this is the way. So here only we understand the importance of planning, the HR part. So I hope till here everyone is able to understand.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So is my screen visible? The presentation is visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for the answer. Okay. So now coming to the recruitment part. So generally what we understood, HR is all about recruitment, hiring people. But the things have changed. The HR people have changed. The business has changed. So now recruitment has shifted to talent acquisition. So anyone understands about the difference of recruitment and talent acquisition? Any one of you? Anyone would like to answer? It's already on the slide. So generally, businesses used to just have HR as a supporting team. The HR person used to bring people on board. That's it. That was the role initially. But now everything has changed. The model of work has changed. The model of HR working has changed. So now we have gone to talent acquisition. So recruitment was a very operational part wherein you call people, screen them, interview them, select them, provide them the offer letter. The role is gone. That's HR. But now what has come up is the talent acquisition, wherein HR person is not solely into hiring, but it is also into the whole thing, branding as well, branding of the organization. Branding of the organization, I would say, now, what are the modes of hiring? We used to hire from Naukri portal or Shine or any other monster. But now there is a term called relationship hiring, wherein you hire through your connections. There's a platform. There has this LinkedIn was there in last couple of years, but now it has improved. It has groomed itself. It has updated, wherein you can hire through your connections. So yes, someone said walk-in references. True, walk-in references. So these are the things wherein you are referring someone. That means what? That means you like the organization which you're working for. So these things means that you are branding, you are spreading word of mouth for your organization. So in that case, it means you are doing passive branding for the organization. So human resource has now gone up, taken a step ahead and become the brand ambassadors of the organizations. So here, when you see on LinkedIn, a posting is being done that such and such opening is there. And these are the key skills we are looking for, you typically go to the a recruiter's profile or the HR's profile and go and visit the organization also. And you start following the organization. That is talent acquisition. You start following the organization. You immediately send a connection request to the HR. So the HR also accepts the connection request. And if you are not selected now, you can be selected for the next position. So that is relationship building. That is connection building. So we are creating internal pool of resources who are dormant now, but they will be active in the next hiring session. So this is talent acquisition. So now just imagine if all of a sudden a project comes into for any kind of business, a service industry is there, a service organization is there, where a project comes in. So all of a sudden, you cannot start doing headhunting. You have to work on the connection part. So we have a pool with us. Our HR people have a pool. Our talent acquisition team has a pool with us, and they can do the hiring on immediate basis. They can get references from them. So this is a very strong and improved version of hiring. So this is talent acquisition, and this really literally helps in improving the efficiency of the hiring system, which in turn helps the organization also in cutting down the hiring time. And the reference, there are many kind of policies and schemes brought up by organizations, the HR team for the organizations, the referral policy. So these all come in talent acquisition. So these all help in businesses. So like this talent acquisition part also helps in grooming the business, in improving the efficiency of the business. So here we are going to see the next point, that is the employee engagement. Actually, it is the whole employee relation. So in employee relation, there are many things. Now the hiring is being done. After that, the offer letter is being sent. Appointment letter is being sent once he is on board. Once the person is on board, he needs to be introduced to the organizational culture. He needs to be given a good brief about the organization, the peers, the colleagues whom he is going to get into interaction every day. So who is the part of that? Who initiates this? Who drives this? The human resource department. This person, now typically named as onboarding partner or onboarding HR, this person is the person who gives the first impression, who sets the first impression of the organization in the brain or in the perception of the new employee. So the first impression is being set here. So just imagine a person comes, there's no one to guide him, there's no one, he's just called in, made him sit on the seat, and then it's gone and he is on the floor working. And imagine a space where there's a HR person, one onboarding person who is introducing him, who is giving an induction, wherein the whole thing, all the management names, all the growth path, everything, incentive structure, everything is being given to him, nicely made him understand, and then bringing on the floor, the orientation is being done. He is made understand. He is the reporting manager. He is your colleague. This is the cafeteria. This is all those things are done, and then he is being handheld. So that is a very good warm welcome for the new joinee. After that, that person has got some problems. There's no one to take care of it. So he is in a very bad position. So he will definitely leave the organization. So now the HR again is important. This person is there sitting in his or her cabin, or he's sitting on the floor taking care of the whole floor. And in case of any problem, that person is there. So I sometimes say that HR is the mother of the organization. She is there or he is there to listen to the problems, try to get out some solutions. That person is the person who is going to find out win-win situation. So HR is again important. Now everything is fine. Work is going on fine, but people are not so happy. Who is going to understand that? Now again the HR comes in. The human resource manager comes in. He gives in between perks or breaks. He gets into celebrations, not the Rangoli part, which I'm talking about. He inculcates rewards and recognition scheme. He inculcates different kinds of tournaments. There are many things in trend now, you will see the LinkedIn flooded with all kinds of employee engagement activities. So these engagement activities motivate, encourage the kids, the employees to stay with the organization for a long time. So how employee engagement is very much instrumental in keeping the employees retained in the organization. So they more likely to stay with the company, reducing turnover costs and fostering a positive work environment. Now, this is the part employee engagement. After that, any kind of grievance, there's a grievance mail found, especially for the grievance part. Whose idea was it? It was from the HR department, that we are there to take care of any of the grievance. If you don't have the space or don't have the time, and if you don't want to be seen by your manager that you are coming up for some complaint, you can just mail us. We are there. So these are small things, very small things, which are already being taken care at home by the mother, is taken care by the HR person there in the organization. So this is a very important part, the employee relations that builds the an organization from inside. And if any employee is happy, satisfied, they are the best ambassadors, the best brand ambassadors for your organization. And that brand ambassador is only made by the HR person, because the HR is the one who is going to be with you, handhold you all through your journey. And if any kind of new issue comes up, like for example, the corona was there and offices were shutting down and everything was being closed, we could not go in the public. So there, the work from home culture came. So HR proposed it. Yeah, we will manage it in the virtual mode also. And slowly, the things of customizing the work culture is also coming up. So wherein hybrid system has come up, some organizations has gone for remote also. So these customizations, these kind of in innovative ideas and improved versions of employee relations are being initiated and taken care by the HR, which forms a very strong base of any strong organization. So now I hope you understand about the employee engagement or the employee relationship, which in due turn goes to retention. So anyways, if the organization is having all the old employees, it's definitely a strong organization. So next pole or the next pillar for HR is the compensation and benefits. So what's the role of HR there? No role. So most of us who are outside the organization think the management gives the salary part. We will pay this much to this profile, this much to that profile. No. Here, there's a market research involved. Who are the people who are doing this? The HRs from different industries study the industry nicely. What are the compensation part they are getting? What are the salaries they are getting? What are the competitors providing? What benefits or perks they are providing? And accordingly, after a very thorough research, very thorough understanding, we go for setting a salary part or the benefits part for the employees. And if we are not able to do it, we will not be able to attract good talent. We will not be able to compete with our competitors. We will not be able to sustain the hiring market. So here, one point of understanding is the compensation and the benefits. So any monetary payment are the compensation part, and the benefits like health insurance and then retirement plans and any paid off or any kind of paid leaves, those are benefits like maternity leaves and paternity leaves, birthday leaves. Those are benefits which we show. So when these two comes in, so they are a compensation and benefits. Herein also the HR is the one who sets this. Definitely approval of the management is there, but HR is the one who comes up with the number and the justification that this profile with this much of experience needs to be paid this much. So here also, for attracting good talent and sustaining them, bringing them on board, HR is the one who is responsible. And without good talent, any business cannot do good. So this is the pole, which this is the pillar or the pole which supports the business as well. Now, the person, can you imagine a person or an employee working for years on the same salary package? It is impossible. No one is going to be there with us with the same salary continuously for years and years. So very small organizations, or very primarily when the organizations were set, how the increment was done, it was solely based on the choice of the founder. He used to think gross thinking, and then he did this much work. Okay, let's improve this. Let's increase the salary by so many bucks or so many thousands. But when you have a set HR division, that person or that division is going to work on in such a way that the employees who are doing their best, who are showing their most capability, using their best capabilities and showing them, proving them, and giving their deliverables intact, that is turnaround time, will get the best, and the mediocres the bit, and who are not doing well, the least one. So that system was prepared or is being prepared by the human resource department. And it is known as PMS, that is performance management system. So it's not a very new concept, but not a very old concept. So here it's an ongoing process, a continuous process of communicating and clarifying job responsibilities to the employees, priorities, performance expectations, and development planning. So I have a question. What are the best steps that we can follow in compensation strategy in small firms? I'll take the questions at the end of the session. So I'll just complete and then I can move ahead with the questions. You please keep it in posted in your mind, and there will be a time when you can ask me the questions. So here, when I was there with the PMS, so when the HR person sets the what should be the criteria. So first of all, the simple procedure which we follow is we give the goals, we give the objectives to the employee, that these are your objectives. That is, you have to do this. So now set the goals and define smart metrics. There are metrics, there are Excel sheets, there are rating systems. We can do whatever is comfortable for that organization, and management should be comfortable in using it. It should not be hypothetical, it should not be very complicated, and it should be suitable for the organization size. So first we have to give the objective, and then we have to track the progress. Who does that? So the manager who is analyzing your work every day, who is looking at your work every day, is going to analyze it. And you yourself is also going to mark yourself that in the parameter of 5, I'm giving myself the score of 4 or 4.5, whatever. So there the monitoring comes. Now the reviewing part comes. When this form is set, when this form comes up, goes to the reviewing department, that is the manager, the reporting manager of that employee, the HR, and the management. They will review your productivity, they will review your targets, they will scan it, their performance, the ratings according to your manager and all. There will be a good discussion with you. And then after that, the things will be set and the increment will be according to that. And it will be crystal clear. There will be no, nothing like it can. Now the modern PMS is everything should be crystal clear. Everything should be transparent for the employee as well as the employer, the management. So everything will be discussed and the rating will be set, and according to the rating, the set amount, the set percentage will be shared as an increment. So it depends, it varies from industry to industry. There is no set like 10%, 20%, there's no set standard. But yes, organization to organization, it differs. Basically, in one industry, the standards are kept standard so that the competitive market is maintained. So that's the way. So here, when a person goes, he gets whatever he expects as his performance review. After that, the incentive and the appraisal, he is quite satisfied. So if he is satisfied with the performance review system, he is going to be with us. He is going to do better to improve himself. And what about the people who are in the least category, the lower category? So there now the next comes for the learning and development. So here we need to, the people, the employees who are not able to do so well, the HR needs to find what exactly is happening. The root cause analysis is needed to be done. After the root cause analysis, we need to find out where that employee is lacking. We have hired him. That means he has got the capabilities. He cleared our interview rounds. That means he just needs grooming or the direction. He needs to be updated maybe. So we need to find out, identify the training needs. What exactly is the forte he needs to be trained upon? And then once we identify, like there's a marketing person, salesperson, sales and marketing person who is not able to achieve his targets repeatedly. So what is the problem? We have to do his thorough review, what the way we have to listen to him, we have to go through his work. Maybe the communication part is not working out for him. He is maybe assigned to Australian market and his communication is a bit problematic, and the email writing format or the etiquettes is not compatible with what they are expecting. So now we have identified the training need. Now what we need to do, we need to establish the objectives, like in this how much tenure, what mark should he retain, which standard should he gain, that needs to be identified. So the goal needs to be set. So for that we need to set up a training method. That is, we have to design the training. We need to find out trainers. Maybe we can do outsourcing from some other vendors. We can have some training team also internal. If it's a big organization, we definitely have a training team inside, which also comes in the development part, under the HR part only, forte only. So after that, selecting the method, now we are pushing the person into the training part. So the training is being delivered to him. So everything after the completion of the training, how are we going to judge whether he has reached the goal or not? So there will be one evaluation exam or an evaluation test. If he clears it, then we have done it. So now the next cycle, we are sure that he will be able to move up on the ladder in the PMS. And when a person is being trained or given some certification, that gives an edge to the employee also. That's a feather on his cap. So that means training and development or learning and development is also beneficial for the employee as well as the organization, because we are just making them updated, we are polishing them, which is going to give profit and productivity, increase the productivity for the organization, and also for the employee it's going to be very much profitable. He is himself getting groomed, so his growth is also determined there. So like this, we understood all the pillars of HR, how it contributes to the development of or the success of business. So now, what is the strategic importance of HR functions? So as we understand, strategies are very important in modern business. So as the business is growing, so the strategic HR has become a strategic partner. So here, initially, HR was a support team. Now it has become the partner in business. So for that, a very crucial role is played by the HR. So what is it? So the strategy of talent management is taken care, not the business part definitely, but the talent management. The people who are going to bring the business, they are needed to be guided strategically. So if we need a salesperson, we need to hire a salesperson. So who are the competitors in our industry? We need to tap those industries. We need to get the good salesperson from those. So these are small strategic partnering ways. So I just gave you an example. So after that, the goals part. Now, when a person is here in the organization, we give them targets. So targets are completely directed to the goals of the organization. Why every person has got a target to deliver? Because those are the small goals. Those are the short-term goals. Once you reach the short-term goal, organization reaches the short-term goal. Who is the catalyst in this? The HR. So after that, now all the goals are being achieved. So again, the employee performance needs to be improved every time. The training and development, engagement, relationships needs to be done so that the employee is satisfied. Now, as I said, the case studies of success. So we are sitting in the industry, we need to do the research. It's an ongoing process. The HR people need to do it. Now, I'll share one experience. One of our competitor organization started giving more compensation and benefits, and we had a big attrition rate in 2-3 months. So we were unable to understand. Then we understood that. Then we did our research, and then we noted, then we followed people where they are joining. Then we understand that this competitor has got more benefits, more flexibility, more compensation wise, they are providing better, the environment is better. So we understood that we are lagging in this part. So we started working on it. So here, case studies of success. So that's the thing, we need to understand how the our competitor is successful. There also we need to understand. The HR people need to understand. And after all those things, if the HR is backward, then how come HR help the business? So we need to be very much focused on the evolution part. So the role of HR is evolving with a focus on technology and data driven decisions. So which helps in increasing the business output. So how HR technology and data analytics helps us? So initially everything was on papers. Then Excels came, Excel sheets. Still many organizations use Excels. I won't suggest that small organizations with 20 to 50 people. In fact, till 100 people need to go for any kind of software. But more than that, yes, we need to. Technology is very important. How AI is helping us. We need to update ourselves. Every HR division needs to be enabled with softwares, with datas. These softwares have datas. We can crunch the data and make decisions. Good decisions can be taken. How? Attrition rates, which month, why, everything. And this, I'll give one example. There is one, not a very old thing. It's exit interviews. They are very much in trend now because exit interviews give us very solid data why the attrition is happening, what is the reason, which organization they are joining. We have to track that, and we find out many decision points wherein we can decide upon where to hire from, what are the points we are lagging behind. And as I said, HR processes needs to be streamlined. That is, technological softwares are there, very much pro, and wherein all the data crunches and decisions are given by them only. We need to follow them and just analyze them. So the trends and matrices are all about data and the softwares. So good big organizations needs to be keeping themselves updated data wise as well as the technological wise. After that, we will see the case studies. So if any kind of like out of the organization case study is fine, inside also we need to do the case studies. We need to understand what are the challenges our people are facing, what are the challenges the team is facing. So one example, one of my means I was working as the HR head there, and as I said, the major problem faced by HR people is the attrition, hiring and the attrition rate. So hiring would not be a problem if the attrition is controlled. So the people were leaving and the zeal of working was going away. So we introduced a skip interview, a skip meeting. HR skip it was named as, wherein the manager was not there. The HR person, the HR representative used to have a very informal discussion with the team member. A junior team member is the best person in that field. Why the people are not so happy? Why people are leaving? What is happening in the team? So it came up after many skip interviews with all the different teams. It came out that there is no one who is recognizing the work. There is no one who is appreciating them. So the root cause, after doing the root cause analysis, we found out the rewards and recognition part was not so much in happening in that organization. So that's why the people were very much not so fond of working with the organization. However, the other organization, a small simple achievement was being recognized and rewarded. So we started a big tournament of rewards and recognition, and the people, the things were totally changed. Believe me, everything changed. The LinkedIn was flooded with their certificates. Was flooded with their medals which we were giving them, and slowly employee engagement started working. So we need to analyze the challenges, what is being faced, why the people are not so much motivated towards the organization, why there is no belongingness to the organization. So to create the image of belongingness, create the perception, and create the belongingness itself lies totally on the HR person. So that's why the HR BP, that is the HR business partnering part has come up. So therein we need to do case studies of different problems, and then we need to make a strategy, and we need to implement it without any fail. So now let's come to the HR trends and how they're impacting us. So first, the HR trend, AI, everyone knows about it. The artificial intelligence is taking care of everything. Now we need not waste our time writing big paragraphs or big mails. Whatever you want, your AI is going to help you with a beautiful rectified English, though I don't support it as such, but yeah, it definitely improves our efficiency. But yeah, and automation, it cuts down the time lag, it enhances the efficiency, the processes are very fastened. So that's a good thing which is happening. But I would always suggest, always write your do your write up, do your email part. That helps you, keeping you brushed up always, keeping you active always, else we will become totally dependent on it. But yes, this is a boon. To if we have lots of work, we can definitely use it to increase our efficiency. Now, initially there was no focus on the employee part or the employee well-being part, but now organizations are thinking about the employee well-being part, wherein we take care of breaks, we take care of lunch, we take care of our cabs, we take care of leaves, everything in which the employee feels good, feels at home in the work. So that boosts their morale and definitely increases the productivity. Next, the remote and hybrid work model. Every one of us is looking for the same always because of the corona. So many organizations have opted for the hybrid part, many organizations have not. But it has been seen that remote or hybrid has given work-life balance and much more satisfaction level to the employees. And because there's a flexibility given to the employees, people are sticking to the organizations for a long time and they are doing their best. They don't constrain themselves or restrain themselves to the time limit that it will be 9 to 6 or 10 to 7 or it will be from 1 to 10. No, they are working as per their conveniency all through the clock. So this is good thing. Again, it's a very new concept, diversity, equity, and inclusion. It's a big topic, and it's definitely improving the atmosphere. It's fostering innovation, creativity, everything. It's a very important and very supporting thing which has happened. A very good HR trend, I would say. Continuous learning and development. Initially, when HR was there, in old days, it was not so much very important. Only those people were given the learning and development part who were lagging, which was not so good impression for the employees. But now, in between trainings, in between upgradations, in between certifications, big organizations send people to IIMs also for short-term courses, some online courses, some kind of certifications. So this enhances the skills. This gives them edge for working. Their efficiency is also increased, which in turn definitely improves the business. And the predictive analytics for workforce planning. So as I said, number crunching, data, softwares help us in taking good decisions and good resource allocation, where we will need to put, where we need to have people, where we are having overflow of people, we are able to very nicely decide on the based on those graphs and charts. So these are the HR trends which help us. So best practices for modern HR professionals, which I would like to suggest: embrace the technologies, learn them, learn to use the analytical part of the HR, and learn to be a good human so that you are able to create a very good relationship with the employees. So that gives you the edge of having a good employee engagement forte, a good employee engagement quality. So these two things are very much in demand for the upcoming HR professionals. So these two things you need to work on always. And I would like to end this presentation with the one thing which Steve Wynn has said: human resource isn't a thing we do, it's the thing that runs business. So I hope this all these things which I have portrayed today gives a solid base that without HR, any business would not go ahead or would not be successful. So now you can definitely ask me whatever questions you have. I will be okay to help you. Tell me.
One question, madam.
Yes.
Myself, GD Garg from HL Lucknow.
Okay.
I want to ask that there are two types of manager. One is a task oriented, another is a relationship oriented.
Right.
And the leaders are both
Yes.
task as well as relationship oriented.
Right.
What managers are there in HR department?
All the managers here in HR department should be there is no golden rule for it. So actually the thing is HR is a human being who will be working as per the management as well as per his own personality or her own personality as well as for the organization. So here the HR person will be very good on relationships and a very good on win-win part, wherein he or she will always be on the part of the employees for the organization. So you understand that there are things we need to deliver, but there are things we cannot forcefully get it done. So we will be the most polished people who will be getting the things done in a very good way without harassing or without giving tasks. So that's the way HR should work, in my opinion.
Okay, madam. Another one more question. That HR department is doing the performance appraisal of individual employees. Is there any performance appraisal of the department itself?
Yes.
From HR department?
Yes, it is. It is always there. HR is a support department, and they are also employees of the organization, and their performances are also based on the same thing. Same, the PMS structure, that is the performance management structure, the system is same for every employee. Only the targets and the goals will be varying according to the department. So the HR generalist will have some other objectives as a parameter. However, the recruiter will have some other objective or the goal as a parameter, and the operations team, like the salesperson, will have his own parameters. So the structure will be same. The internal points will be different, but the ratings, the parameters, everything, the rating system will be same.
Thank you, madam.
Welcome.
Hello, madam.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes.
The issue is related to the educational institution where I am working. But I didn't get the solution properly to handle issue. So can I discuss the issue with you, ma'am?
You can. We will try to sort it out in a brief discussion because I could see many questions popping up in the message section. So let's do it fast. Tell me, please, what's the issue?
Issue is that my senior colleagues made the rumor. Due to this, other female colleagues have the miscommunication because of that rumors. Now, in between us, the miscommunication was increased, and due to this, the principal madam says to me, now you can be on a hold for the job. So how can I resolve it properly to give the justice?
It needs to be a very big discussion because I need to understand what's the rumor, how many people are what kind of rumor is it. I need to understand it in a very detailed way. Then only I can give you a solution.
That rumor is related to the departmental work due to mismatch of ISO filing, timetable, workload, etc.
So how can it be a rumor? It's all the words are recorded, or all the works you are doing needs to be maintained somewhere. So how can it be a rumor? Rumors are the things which cannot be measured. The work you are doing, the recordings or the filings, it is measurable. If you are given a time frame that you need to work in, you need to, whatever filing you need to do it today. So if you have done it, you have done it. There cannot be any rumor about it.
Because of interchange of these things, they have other colleague get the frustration because of senior colleagues made the changes into the timetable or workloads.
Yes, you want to say the seniors
Yes.
did some thing intentionally into the timetables?
Yes, ma'am. Because to make some changes into the department.
So now here your HR needs to talk to every person involved in this. This needs to be a very thorough case study. We cannot solve it on this platform. Your HR person need to sit with everyone and have a brief discussion in absence of everyone. That person needs to listen to you and the managers and all the managers and you together, so that there is something wherein mismatch or the matching comes out. Then only probably a solution can come out. Listening to one person cannot give a solution.
Surely, ma'am. In my mind, it's definitely that thing. We have to come together, sit in a place in front of principal madam, and then discuss all the things. But they have not intention to make the meetings. because they are senior faculty or permanent faculty. On the other hand, I am on contractual basis, so they did not allow us to make the meeting. They just given the reason, you are on fire now.
Okay. So is there any HR person there?
No, it is the just institution related to education.
Okay. So you need to just talk to the principal person. The principal is the only one who needs to play the role. As I said, that small organizations need not have an HR, but there needs to be a person who has to play the role of HR as and when needed. So your principal, ma'am, you have to talk to her because she's the one who can solve it out.
Okay.
You have to.
Otherwise, it is best way to search a new job. On the other hand, rather than going in depth.
See, searching a new job is always there. It's I don't see that leaving something or running away from something is a solution. You can search a new job. There's no problem in that, but always close a chapter which is opened, then you move ahead. Because again, if this kind of situation comes up, you will not have any solution. The only thing you need to do, you go talk to your principal that I need a solution because I'm not at fault. Then why things are not being taken care? That's it. Sometimes we need
Madam,
to take risk. Yeah.
If I given in a return all the things on all the incidents were happened between these 2-3 months in return to the principal, madam, then any reverse reaction will occur to me.
What kind of institution is that? Means it's a government institution. As you said, you are in contractual basis.
Semi-government.
Reverse whatever her length is, means how much capture she has on the thing, on the entity, that she can do, but she cannot break the contract as of now immediately.
Okay.
Until and unless there is some written document against you, some kind of harassment issues or some kind of disciplinary issue, the things cannot go against you. But yeah, for a very clear thing, you will have some hurdles on the the work life will not be so balanced. It can be stressful. But yeah, I would always suggest close the chapter, then move ahead for the next search. You should search, but always close the chapter. Don't keep it open, because nowadays a very important thing is background check. Whenever you go for a new job, a background check is being done, wherein referral check is also being done from your past organization. So it's always better leave on a good note and close the chapter nicely, take relieving officially everything, then you go to the new job. Else your background verification will be negative. They will give a negative feedback, and in every job you'll face this hurdle.
Okay, madam.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Welcome. Thank you,
Okay,
Nana.
ma'am.
Yeah. Yes.
Our viewers and participants have a few questions that they would want answered. So, shall I proceed with the inquiry on their behalf with your consent?
Yeah.
Oh,
Please ask the questions. What are queries?
question. So the first question is what are the most effective strategies for attracting and retaining top talent in today's competitive job market?
Attracting, as I said, I captured everything. You have to be very competitive. You have to do the study of your competitors nicely. You have to understand about their compensation part, their working hours, their clientele, their everything, their work culture, inside work culture, how they are dealing, what are the rewards and recognition things, how often they are having, all the nits, everything. You have to be competitive based. Then only you can attract the good talents from the competitors. So strategy is keeping a note, keeping a watch, a very nice watch, in fact, on your competitors.
Thank you, ma'am, for addressing this question. So our next question is AI is going to replace the HR work in future?
Not at all. AI cannot take away the HR. AI is artificial intelligence and HR is human resource. The word itself says human resource. How can a artificial thing take care of human emotions? So very strongly I say human resource person is a person who listens to people with empathy. So empathy, what does empathy mean? It says listening to someone with emotions. AI can never have emotions. As I said, everything is based on relationships. A person can hold on to an organization only based on the relationship with the organization, and that relationship is established by the HR. So AI can never take the place of HR, no matter anything. Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am, for responding to this inquiry. Our next question is from Nana Pundi. Sorry, from Okay, ma'am. Thank you very much for answering all the questions asked by the participants. We
Thank you.
really appreciated your excellent guidance, ma'am. Once again, I express my gratitude and thanks to Mohsen for sparing time from his hectic schedule to impart information to us. We are speechless by your invaluable presence at this session. You provided depth analysis of the topic and shared some fascinating information. We shall bide our time for further such events in order to advance both our personal and
I will tell you. So the question is, what are the best steps that we can follow or the compensation strategies in the small firms? Okay, that's one. And the second question is from the same person. What is the best open source to evaluate the 360-degree performance appraisal? So the same person has asked two questions.
So I would like to understand how big is the firm?
So can I request Dr. Premanand sir to please unmute yourself and ask the question?
I feel I just answered Mr. Premanand. In the very beginning, he was only asking the questions, I feel.
He's a most engaging person now.
I feel he just asked a couple of questions, and then again these two questions were also
But
there.
those questions were not same actually, ma'am. It was different.
So 360-degree performance appraisal is only applicable for big firms. And after very long, I attended some session and got a fresh perspective of things. Thanks, Nana. So big firms go for 360 degrees. So that's why I wanted to understand how big is the firm, and it's a very big topic. I cannot take it ahead on this platform today because PMS is a very big topic, and there are very many models for PMS, and in 360 also there are many things we need to consider. So cannot be addressed on this platform today as we are already exceeding the time. And the other question was?
Other one was, what are the best steps that we can follow the compensation strategies in small firms?
In small firms, definitely you first look for your budget. What is the budget you are having and how much work you need to get it done? And definitely you need to do the analysis of your competitors. It's irrespective of the firm size. It can be big, it can be small. And as per your budget, you can do a little bit of less from your competitor as you are a startup. But yeah, you need to position your organization very nicely when you are attracting a client. So there, you or your HR needs to find out the growth path for that person, and then you can pitch the thing to him that this will be the compensation. And if you're not so much interested in giving lots of fixed salary to that person, you can go on for the incentive part also. You can break it, the indirect compensation and the direct compensation. So you can break it. So as and when he delivers, you are giving him incentive. So that's the best part for the small industries, the startups or very small organizations. They should bifurcate the salary into salary, bifurcate the compensation into salary and incentive. So that's the best thing they can do. Anyone else?
Thank you, ma'am.
Hi.
Yeah, just the both questions have been asked by me, ma'am.
Okay.
I was standing on the very noisy place. That's why I typed that question to you. So
Okay.
Lakshmi ma'am have taken that. Thank you so much for the second question. The first question I was asking you to give me the best strategy tool. Tools is something which we can also use for 360-degree performance feedback form. Can be taken from the customer to the management, right? And all the stakeholders have to be taken 360 degrees. If there is any open source tools are available for small firms to can perform the performance appraisal in terms, the big firms, they do have software, ERP software. Do you suggest for the open source software if it is, you already have an idea on that? That's
No,
what my first question all about.
Okay, understood. So you were asking about the tool. See, generally what we use, we have never used solely only the PMS. What we have used in our organization, it was the whole soul package, generally which we get from KEKA or the HR, Gray HR. So there, the whole package is there. Okay, so I am not
You're
sure.
suggesting me to take up a KEKA format.
Yeah. You
KEKA
can.
platform.
Yeah,
Okay,
if it's a big firm which is having a good constant revenue, you should go for it. You should
All right.
do everything means on software.
All right. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, welcome.
Yes. So one question from myself, Moses.
Yes.
So the thing is, there are along with KEKA, there is this Zoho also, right?
Yeah.
Which is better actually, cake also? And what is the
See,
difference between both?
it's a multiple, there are, you will have multiple users, there will be multiple options. So the best thing which I would suggest, the founders generally do it. HR person and the founder both together sit and have an appointment from that person. That person will come and show their model. So whatever is best suitable for that organization should go for it. Definitely the monetary part, all the software companies are on the same 2,000, 5,000 up and down. But the requirements you need and the user friendliness, the UI part of that software needs to be taken a call by the founder or the HR person who is going to use it. So any software, commenting on any software that this is good, this is bad is not fair. It totally depends upon the requirement of the organization. What is best suitable, Some softwares will give you good PMS structure, and some software will give you a very good detailed salary slips. With a click, you will generate 5,000 salary slips together. So it depends upon your requirement actually. So there are many software firms coming up where HR softwares are there. So you can opt, you can get free of cost. They'll give you appointment. Everything is online. Sit with them, understand what they can provide you, get it customized, whichever is pocket friendly and user friendly, go for it.
Go for it. Okay, thank you, ma'am. And there is one more question. As an MBA student who is pursuing HR and MBA, what is the best way to start his or her career in HR? Give some suggestion.
Same traditional way. If you're very much into a talkative person, there are two things actually. One is going into the talent acquisition part and one is the operations part. So if you're very good into talking, you're very friendly, you love knowing people, go for the talent acquisition part. Big BPOs, big firms are there who hire freshers. If you are looking for operations part, wherein the payrolling or all those things, the data crunching part is there, you can join there as well. But if you want to be on the cream roll, that is the generalist part, for that, you have to take the long process. You have to first be in small organization wherein you will be doing the admin operations as well as the talent acquisition part. So join as an intern there, not as a recruiter, as an HR intern. So there's a difference between recruitment and HR. So you have to first decide which you are keen on. Many HR guys or girls are very good in talent acquisition part because they are very good in, talking to people and cracking the ice. And there are people who like to be on the backside of the website and then do the relationship part. So it totally depends upon you. And it's a good season for HR hiring. Freshers are being hired on many organizations. So go on to the LinkedIn, you can get anything. There are many openings there.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Ghanshyam.